Yo, what is up, world? How you doing? I am at the parking lot at the train station, so you can probably hear the train going by. Please ignore it. I waited until it was on its way out. All right, it's pretty much out of sight. We're good. Yeah. So I am just in a parking lot because I figured my car is the best sound booth that I have. You might hear the AC a little bit, but it's keeping me cool. It's just super nice out today, and I really wanted to make sure I could do this recording outside. So yeah, let's get into it. I guess my theme for today's podcast is shrooms. So check out Ari Shafir Shroom Fest. Go Google that shit. It's coming up in a month or so? I don't actually know. But basically, I was so excited that I just did my own Shroom Fest this weekend. So it was pretty sweet. Um, all right, so let's start. Basically, I did shrooms every day this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not a ton, keeping it low key tripping. But yeah, let's start with Friday. So Friday, I went to a comedy show, and I just wanted to get really high for it. So I got home from work, got ready nice and early. I prepped everything to bring it with me, and yeah, I drank my shrooms on the way there. I lemon tech them, so I grind them and put them in watered down lemon juice and let it sit, and then I drink it. And yeah, that way I was also able to bring it with me. So I drank it when I got close to the city. I was in Boston at Nick's Comedy Stop. It's a good place to go do some shrooms at. So I smoked like a couple joints on the way there. I usually like never drink unless I'm out at dinner or like going out to drink or something. So, fuck, another train. That is the downside of trying to record at a train station. What was I saying? Yeah, and I normally don't drink, but I got there and I was starting to feel that I got myself a whiskey sour because those are fucking delicious. And yeah, the combination of all three of those things was doing me really good. As soon as I sat down, I was looking at, they have like a stop sign that says Nick's Comedy Stop on it. That's their logo. And that's projected on the back wall like during the whole show. And it's really bright. And it's red and white and vivid and whatnot. And as soon as I sat down, I could tell the shrooms were kicking in because it was extra bright, and then all the clear, even, like very distinct white lines on the stop sign were all like fuzzy and like a little wiggly. Like halfway before that point when you take shrooms where everything just turns to worms. Like the trees and the grass and the moss and everything just turns to worms. You know? Wormy vision. I was getting that wormy vision looking at the stop sign. I was like, alright, this is it. We're ready. I was there with like 20 minutes till the show, so I'm just there casually sipping my drink, getting ready for this nice little show. And it was awesome. So, long story short, the show was awesome. I loved all the comics. There was I don't remember any of their names except for the headliner. It was headlined by Alex GM Papa. Hope I'm saying that right. Um, I'm not super into the community, so I don't know people. I don't recognize people's names. But I'm pretty sure this guy's like pretty famous. And he was hilarious. I actually really enjoyed it. It was really nice. Like, I actually really enjoyed it, like I wasn't going to. I was going to enjoy it no matter what. But I was very pleasantly surprised because, it can be hit or miss. But this guy was really good. I really enjoyed. Um, I wanted to go again the next night on Saturday because I was having such a good time. Shrooms and comedy worked really well. I couldn't, like, keep my head there so that I could study what they were doing and try to, like, figure out how I would do things. But my presence was there, and I was there emotionally completely. So I was totally with the show. And I feel like every comic that got up on stage I don't think they knew I was, like, fucked up. But they knew I was, like, blazed because my eyes were watery, super squinty, and I was just non-stop smiling the whole time. I feel like everyone must have noticed me there. I was like, has this kid stopped smiling since he got here? No. No, he hasn't. That was awesome, though. And I just love the way the comedians will come make eye contact with you and how they'll interact with the crowd and stuff. And, like, actually seeing how they work in person was really, really nice. I'm trying to go to more comedy shows for sure. But on my way out of the comedy show, I realized I got a parking ticket. So I've parked in the city. I usually just go to the garage that's right there. But it's $30 to park for like a 2-hour show, which fucking blows. So oh my god, literally everyone is walking back from the train with their all their city shit and their backpacks and whatnot, and I'm just sitting in the car rolling up. It's pretty hilarious. Oh well. Anyways, what was I saying? So the show. Oh yeah, I wanted to go on Saturday, but I got that parking ticket. And I had went with this girl, and she parked on the street somewhere, and she was fine, but I went to the garage. I was like, okay, I'll try to find that spot. It was nearby. So I found a spot with meters, and I parked there, and I look around, I don't see shit. I read the meters, it's like 9 to 5, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. But when I got back, I had a ticket, and apparently it was residential parking. So I didn't see any fucking sign, and I actually looked. But to be fair, I might just be a dumbass. So that was probably it. But, like, seriously, man, they gotta make those signs bigger and stuff. In the whole line of cars near me, everyone had tickets, so I wasn't the only one that didn't know. So I don't feel that bad about it. But I have a certain number of incidents on my license right now. So I just took, like, a driver retraining program, which sucks ass. It's really boring, and 6 out of the 8 hours was literally everyone just talking about what their incidents were and introducing themselves. It's the stupidest class. And now that I got a parking ticket, I'm gonna have to go back. And it's the same class. I'm not looking forward to this. I had to take off for work for it last time. Big pain in the ass. But I guess I'm going to have to. I haven't paid it yet because as soon as you pay it, your name goes into the system. And then they send you the license suspension notice. And then they tell you have to go take the class and all that stuff. So it won't get processed until I pay it. So I was thinking I could wait. But I don't have a long enough window to pay it before my oldest accident would get off the 2-year period, the 24-month period. I'm not explaining this well, but basically, I don't have any choice but to take the class again and pay the ticket and everything, so I'm just going to do it. But I'm waiting a couple days, so I don't have to think about it as much. Oh my god, all these people are just eyeing me down like they know. You don't know shit. Keep walking, buddy. Yeah, keep driving, buddy. You ain't seen shit. You ain't seen shit. Oh, I think I put too much weed in here. Anyways. So yeah, I didn't go to the show on Saturday because I didn't feel like getting fucked over even more. But I'm gonna go next weekend. I really want to keep going. Nick's Comedy Stop's an awesome little spot. I like the like intimacy, how close it's like. It's not huge. It's a fairly small place, which is nice. And I don't know. I just love it. I love the scene. I want to learn more about it. I definitely want to start doing stand up on my own. Um, yeah. But so Saturday rolls around. What did I do Saturday? Also took shrooms on Saturday. But I didn't go to the comedy show. So basically, long story short, I basically was I just went outside and just like I felt the warmth of the sun, which is so nice if you've taken shrooms. It's the best feeling in the world. And I yo-yoed and listened to music. I was like bopping around, having a great time. It's like dancing in your underwear, but instead of dancing in your underwear, you're dancing on shrooms. And yeah, so I was shrooming, yo-yoed, and I got tired. I went inside. Actually, only went inside because I really had to pee and I didn't want to do it outside. And then once I was inside, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just going back outside. So I went outside and yo-yoed some more. And then, yeah, chilled out, but I was talking to my mom, which was weird on the shrooms. But, yeah, and then we just went to dinner together. I didn't have to drive, fortunately. But, going to dinner with your mom while you're on shrooms, is definitely an experience, at the least. I got some yummy ass Mexican food. I got a chimichanga chipotle sauce. That shit's so good. I love that spicy chipotle sauce. It's not too much heat, but it's got a lot of flavor. And then, like, going back to driving on shrooms. So Friday night after the comedy show, I'm driving back, and I didn't want to take the toll road so I could save some money because it's a $60 parking ticket and then 150 for the class or whatever it is. I think it's 140. And yes, I didn't want to do all that bullshit, so I was like, I'm gonna not take the toll roads home. And then just every single road I was taking home had road work, and there were cops everywhere, and I was just trying to smoke my joints. And I'm like, come on, man. That stupid parking ticket, let me just smoke and go home. So I kept having to close the moonroof and then like let the joint go out and shut the smoke off and hope that they don't smell it. Cause I'm in Mass, shit's legal here, but you will get fucked if you get caught smoking and driving. That's for sure. Especially me, because I've got the record right now. My points are up. Too many points on my license. Fuck, my insurance is real bad too right now. It's expensive. Whatever. Whatever. You can't control it. It happened. I'm just dealing with it. Just gotta avoid shit in the future. Take it to heart. And yeah, but my real shroomy day was on Sunday. So Saturday, what I wanted to do was to get up early, take the shrooms, and go biking around the local state park. But I didn't get up as early as I wanted. I slept in a little, and it didn't really happen. So I didn't take my shrooms till like noon or 1. So I just hung outside in Union. But Sunday, I got up nice and early. I still took my time to get going. I still didn't take the shrooms till about 11 or noon, close to the same time. But I had a lot more sunlight. It was a beautiful weekend. Oh my god, the weather was so perfect. It's perfect out today. That's why I wanted to record outside, or as close to outside as I can get. Um, but I'm not really feeling the shrooms during the work week right now. And so I wake up. I'm going. I take my shrooms. I get everything ready. I got my bag ready. That's the most important part. Is I had all my shit. And so I go outside. My bike's ready and ready to go. And I smoke a couple joints, and I got in that stuck mode when you caught in like a thought loop, when you take shrooms. You might get caught in a thought loop and you don't want to leave your room or your location or the environment, or if it's warm, you don't want it to be cold. You just don't want change. On shrooms, it's very easy to get swept into, oh, I don't want any change right now, or oh, I need absolute change right now. That shit's real easy. And so I was there, but I was like, I'm not gonna fucking bail on this awesome ass bike ride I was gonna do. But I was watching Chappelle's show while I was smoking, and it was just so fucking funny. I was like, I just don't want to stop watching this show. But I was like, you know what? You got some awesome music, so just put it on, and then you'll be in the mood and you'll get going. And that's basically what happened. I watched one more episode and just put on shuffle, and then like every song that came up was perfect, of course. That's some shroom shit. So I was like skipped a couple songs like the whole day, but everything I was just really vibing to, which makes tons of sense. Shrooms. And then yeah, so I got going, and as soon as I left, I was just feeling that music, got going. I was amped. I was ready to get like a good workout in too, and just like exhaust myself and just be in nature and do shroom shit. And so I did, and biking around is crazy. So I get there, actually on the way there, so at the entrance I go in, there was a van coming out, which I usually don't see. So it caught me off guard, and I almost ate shit on my bike. I fell forward and slipped off the pedals, and I caught myself, but like my left knee was on the front wheel braking it, so that's how I stopped. And I got mad road rash from my tire rubbing on my knee. Your knee is not how you're supposed to brake your bicycle, but it worked, I guess. And you can see the little vertical lines in the tire. Like, tires have little vertical channels to let the rain run through so they deal better in water, right? And you can see those little vertical channels on the scab on my knee in the road rash. And you can see clearly that it was a tire that rubbed on my knee. It was a good time. But I get in the park, I get going, and once you're moving, of course, like if you get really high in skateboard or bike, you feel like you're going wicked fast. If you get if you take shrooms and do it, you feel like you're going even faster. And I was getting the wormy vision, so like all the grass and the moss was just merging together, and all the trees were like waving and flowy and dope. I took 2 grams that day, so I was getting light to moderate visuals, but nothing intense, because this is my first time biking on shrooms, and I was just trying to take it easy. This is the person that took shrooms 3 days in a row, sure. I am spilling so much. My gosh. I should have brought a tray. Anyways. So yeah, there was like, I took a pit stop. I like rock climbing, so I stopped. There's a dope rock with a small crack I wanted to climb. Super small boulder problem. And I don't know, I just thought it was a good stop to stop and smoke after riding around for an hour or two. So I stop there, I roll up, and as I'm smoking, I'm just standing on top of the rock, because that's where I want to be, up high, just looking out in the woods, looking at everything, smoking, just feeling connected with shit. But my bike is 5 feet from the trail. I'm hardly off trail. So this is not a good idea. Let me seal this bitch, hold on. Oh, I got it a little wet. It's gotta dry. Whatever. It's good. It's good. Looking beautiful. Yeah, okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm standing on the rock smoking. Like, I got like old like Tribe. Well, actually, it was a new Tribe album, but I got like old hip hop on my phone and shit. So I'm like bumping some like heavy hard groove, like bob back and forth bass lines, nod your head shit. And like several people came walking by the trail, and I'm literally like 10 feet from them, just on top of this rock. I let it go out. No one gives a fuck. If you're in the woods, you shouldn't give a fuck. If you're actually in the woods, you should be in touch enough with nature to know that that is not some shit that should bother you. Someone just minding their own business. So it didn't amount to anything. Like, I didn't get... Oh! The glue split! No! Oh, we can save it. I'm just not going to be able to stuff as much in as I thought. Oh, fuck. Okay, let me stop there. I should stop trying to add button to this. Okay. So I'm on the, so like multiple people see me like dancing around like a goon on this rock. I felt like a Dave Chappelle character or something after watching it that morning. So yeah, that didn't amount to anything, but it was like as soon as I realized what was going on, if they saw my face, it was just the biggest smile in the world because I just thought it was hilarious. And yeah, I'd see people around, and I love, like, if you're really high, people can tell in your eyes. But if you're on shrooms, they can tell by your dilated eyes, but, like, if you're passing by people, no one's gonna fucking know, except for that you're acting all weird as fuck, right? So it was fun just, like, riding around. The park was filled with people, but I felt, like, invisible, and I'd always, like, find these little places to go, just, like, take a moment and look at the nature and shit. And just like have a little moment to myself. So it's this weird blend of the place being really packed and crowded, and yet me finding like real like solace, like genuine solace in the woods, and that was really nice. And then I like popped out in the back of this park, and I was just in some random neighborhood I've never been before, and then I started biking around there to check out what was there, and there was just this massive hill. This massive fucking hill. So I just bombed that a couple times. It was fun. And then when I left and I went back down the trail I came up, I realized That was an awesome bomb. So I stopped, I went back up to where I started at the top of the hill and bombed that awesome backwoods trail. And I gotta show some people that, because that was awesome. I haven't explored that place too much. I definitely want to start biking more. And taking shrooms more. If the situation calls for it, you know. It's about the biking, but shrooms are fun too. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing that more. Yeah, but that was nuts. And then also, I went to dinner again. After everything, I got home, and then I went to dinner again with my mom. Because I was just, my legs were wiped. I had biked for 4 hours. So I was like, I need protein. I want just like a recovery meal. Like, give me a fucking steak. So I was like, where do I get steak? So I went to the Longhorn Steakhouse. Nothing fancy, but I like that place because it's, at least for me, it's been consistent. And it's good. It's nothing amazing. It's not like you go get a fancy $50 steak or something. But it's good. I just want fucking good food, man. You know? It's not too much to ask for. And so that time I was tripping way harder too. And I drove us there. So I wanted my mom to be able to get a drink if she wanted something. I was like, I'll drive. So I sprayed the fuck out of my car with Ozium before I left. She's like, oh, there's a strong perfume in your car. I'm like, yep, there is. And yeah, so we go and I'm driving on shrooms. And like literally the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, I wonder if she probably thinks I'm baked and she's just going over of like, maybe people can drive and be high, but like you gotta be careful and blah 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 blah. But really, she didn't know that, yeah, I'm fine when I drive high, and if I'm not good, I'll know it. Like, if I get too stoned, I'll fucking know it. And that comes with some moderate experience. I was able to figure that out my first year smoking. But you don't let that get to your head. You want to figure that out and know when you're good and know when you're not. Just be safe, people. Always be safe. You can always take a nap in your car and then pick up a little bit later. But yeah, so I'm driving. I'm just like, it was like afterglow at that point. You know the afterglow? So I'm in afterglow driving, and it's wonderful. I have this delicious ass steak. I get appetizers. I get dessert. I got the molten lava cake. I stuff my fucking face. I have an amazing dinner, and then just finished the night with a bunch of like stand up, more Chappelle shows and shit. I believe. I don't fully remember. It was fucking good though. It was a whole weekend filled with shrooms, and like I got nervous on Saturday morning when they were hitting because I was like, I feel it. Like I feel run down. I'm tired. I wasn't getting heavy nights of sleep all the time. So I was like, I might be too tired for this, and I might have a bad trip with anxiety and stuff. But I was like, whatever, you just go with it. And it didn't happen. I had a wonderful, wonderful fucking time, and I loved it. I personally really like to do shrooms alone because if I'm freaking out, I don't like to put that on other people. But at the same time, I feel like I can do that because when I started tripping, I had tripped with other people, and it was good to have people there with me. But now that like I'm not doing a lot, um, and I've had mental breakdowns, and I know how to come back from that shit if I absolutely have to. So no more getting locked up in the hospital again. And yeah, so I felt comfortable. I prefer, if I'm gonna do a lot, I'd rather do a lot on my own nowadays. Where before it was the other way around. All I'm trying to say. She had an awesome time, and I definitely like the idea of working up to it. Like if I was getting someone into shrooms for the first time, and they hadn't even done drugs and stuff, like smoked, um, I would either have them microdose throughout the week and then do a heavy trip on the weekend, or just give them a week and like a quarter and just let them take however much they want whenever they want. That might go bad real quick, but you'll learn your lessons. Because I liked that I did 2 lower doses first, which kind of like gave me the shroom tolerance. So when I took more on Sunday, it felt really comfortable, and I was able to get to the point of visualizations. with minimal anxiety and all the other things that you might worry about when taking a larger dose of shrooms. So that was really cool. But at the same time, I think if you're doing it every day, it will wear down on you. You're going to get a little less sleep. Or if you get the same amount of sleep, it might be less restful. You got drugs in your system. So I think it will wear on you. So you got to find that balance. Maybe you could do a couple days of microdosing and then do a big one. Or like a holotropic breath work like the ayahuasca shamans do. You could do, you basically hyperventilate yourself. Like really hard, you want to breathe fast and just hyperventilate, and after about 15-30 seconds you'll get lightheaded, right? Like I'm already starting to feel it a little bit just from that. And your natural instincts to stop, but like if you've heard of Wim Hof, the Iceman, you want to just keep going. You want to push through that like a fucking drug experience and just go full circle and just go deep into it. And if you watch him like teach people this technique, like you want to be, don't do this while you're driving. You need to be in a safe space. These people are like lying down in bed or in a sleeping bag. They'll like a lot, at least one person per group that I've seen him training has had like full convulsions while they were going through this. And you like heat up, you sweat, you have a fucking experience. So if you're interested in psychedelics, but you're worried about the fact that it is a drug or you want to ease into it, definitely start with holotropic breath work and meditation and those things. Because I think it's going to be a little easier to approach, but also if you're better with those things, if you do decide to try psychedelics later on, it'll be so much easier. Just you having a calm, rested mind, and understanding those aspects a little bit better, you're going to deal with all the things that come up in the shroom trip much better than you would if you just went in cold turkey. So that might be a way to do it, is start with holotropic breath work. Honestly, when I take like a week or two break from weed and then I roll a nice big joint and smoke it, I straight trip. No fucking joke. I had like a 2-week break from one of my vacations. I got back. I rolled myself a bat. I'm just smoking it outside on this bench in the middle of the street. And like I have like a quarter of it left. I'm like, I'm fucking tripping. It's wonderful. I'm like on the streets paranoid. Like, I was actually thinking to myself, like, oh, it's so nice that I'm in a state where it's legal and you don't have to worry about shit. And I can just smoke this in the middle of the street. And like literally 5 seconds after I was thinking that to myself, some car, I hear it, and you see the lights in the distance, and just straight out of instinct, I just like jumped up and hid behind a tree, like near a bush, like some skeezy fucking crackhead rat or something. And I was like, okay, so even though it's legal here, these stereotypes and prejudices have not changed, that's for sure. But also, you're supposed to smoke on your property, and I guess I technically wasn't. Whatever. But I found that pretty funny. Yeah, psychedelics are cool, man. Respect them. Do your research. Know what you're getting yourself into for sure. Be careful. It's better to take too little than too much. Although when you're tripping, taking too little or taking too much seem just as bad. They both are just fucking awful, it seems. But you can always try again another time. If you're young and you got a day out, your friend's parents are gone or something, and you felt like you have to do it that day, that is a good situation. You might have a good set and setting, but you're pressured to do it, so you're probably going to take a lot more, or that's going to start a whole series of thought loops and stuff on you, you know? And I'm not even going to try to get into all those. I'll lose track. I haven't even started smoking yet. Fuck. Yeah, so you definitely want to take it easy. Plan ahead. Have a plan. I spent like 30 minutes outside thinking about where I wanted to bike and a loose plan of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to bike and where I was biking, but I wanted to know what trails and stuff and what. So it took me like 30 minutes to figure that out in my head before even leaving too. So I had a slow start. But yeah, just respect them, man. Do it. Take it easy. Respect the drugs. Set and setting. That's for sure. And be outside if you can. Good weather is the best thing on psychedelics, for sure. Yeah, and don't get caught driving on any sort of drug, or you'll get fucked. I am close to being fucked, but I am not doing no crazy shit no more. So as long as I don't get a speeding ticket or something, which I'm also not being crazy about, I cannot afford anything. So I do not want to take that class. Well, I'm taking it again. If I have to take the class again, they upgrade you to the drunk driver's class, which is awful. Because I had 2 weather-related accidents. One was in the rain, one was in the snow. I didn't hit anyone in any of those. It was just me. And what else? I had a speeding ticket. What was the 4th thing? Oh, no, it's 3 things. It's 3 things in 2 years. And now I have a 4th thing, the parking ticket. So now I got to take it again. Damn, man. See, it makes sense if you get 4 parking tickets in like a year, 2 years, maybe. That's still kind of rough. Or like if you get 3 or 4 speeding tickets in that time, that makes a lot of sense to me. If I had 2 weather-related accidents and 1 speeding ticket, uh, it feels a little rough for me. But what the fuck am I to complain? I'm doing good. I have enough to pay the tickets right now, which is great. In school, I was used to getting parking tickets and trying to fight them, and that was just what you had to do because I didn't have any other money. So if I didn't win fighting the ticket, it just felt like life was over, which was shitty. So I'm glad I have a little more responsibility, a little more resources, I guess. I've grown up, so that's not the same type of issue anymore. Yeah. What else? Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh, yes, sponsors. This week, the Raw Jest Podcast is sponsored by no one. And I won't be. So, yeah. Fan mail. Gotta read my fan mail. This week's fan mail, we got, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I probably won't have any either. uh, it's such a shitty joke. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing at that. I doubt you are. But yeah, good weekend of shrooms, man. Don't get caught up in it. Like, I totally. Usually people have trouble taking shrooms multiple days in a row. Like, I can see doing it for like a week straight, man. Because them shits are fun. They're really fun. And if the weather's nice for a whole week, I could see myself doing it every day for that week. That would be awesome. Yeah, take it easy, have some friends, do your thing. Smoke some weed. Weed is weird on shrooms because it can be really grounding. You're like, oh wow, I needed that. Like, I feel like normal again. Kind of brought me back down to reality. But it also can just send you on this super introspective trip that you're just not ready for. Which is also good too. That's how you get down the line of thought that you're gonna die or something. And thinking that you're gonna die is the best thing that can happen to you when you're tripping on shrooms. It don't feel like it, but at the end of the day, the lessons you learn and everything, that's totally the case. So yeah. If I have any advice, go convince yourselves that you're dying. For sure. How long? Oh, we're already at a half hour. This is already running long. But yeah, I've even given myself that feeling from smoking weed. It doesn't have to be psychedelics. And I had like a life-changing experience from thinking I was gonna die. I was so high. I was like, oh, I think I'm so high that when I fall asleep, I will be the first weed death ever. Because that makes so much sense, right? And I don't know, it made sense at the time, of course, those when you get in those it was basically a panic attack. Drug induced panic attack from getting really high. THC. THC will do that. Balance out CBD. Full spectrum, my dudes. You won't need CBDs, you need your THCs, you need everything in between. And you want them to be balanced. See, personally, I don't think you should be smoking sativa all day, all night, every day, nonstop. I think if you can switch back and forth or take breaks and whatnot, that's always good. Try to keep your levels even. Don't have your highs really high and your lows really low, or vice versa. You know? Changing up strains is good. Keeps you on your toes. Changes up the cannabinoids in your system. And don't smoke too much because it's a medicine, and it's the easiest medicine to abuse because it's so much fucking fun, and it's like impossible to do too much. Even if you do too much for yourself and you're like not comfortable or something, like I guess if you have no tolerance, you could do that in one hit, but it's pretty hard. Like it's hard to get yourself into a sticky situation with the sticky icky. So it just yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Why am I trying to give advice? I just love weed. That's what I'm really trying to say. And shrooms. Drugs are good. Do drugs. Kids should do drugs. Give drugs to your kids. Don't tell them what it is either. Just put it on their plate. Mashed potatoes, broccoli, steak. Just a corner of about a gram of mushrooms. Just slip that there. He'll be fine. Give him some shroom chocolates, weed brownies. Just don't tell him. That'd be good. I should be able to hide things in food. You know how they got rid of the Kinder eggs? You can't, in America, you can't put the surprise in the egg. So now they have a plastic egg that splits in half, and one half is. I can't hate because the sugary paste that they put in one half is fucking delicious. But on the other half is the little plastic toy or whatever it is. And they should just be able to put them in the same fucking container. Like, if your kid's dumb enough to eat the chocolate egg with plastic in it and that kills them, maybe it's for the best. Survival of the fittest, right? All that shit. Natural selection, evolution, something. Keep throwing out buzzwords. Maybe things will make sense. I don't know. But yeah, I should be able to hide whatever I want. I should be able to put things in cupcakes. Anything I want. Yeah, maybe I can make people sign a waiver. So, you'll sign your waiver, you're acknowledging that you what's in my cupcake. What do I put in it? I don't know. All sorts of shit. It could be a toy. It could be a razor blade. Well, joke's on you. I put both in every cupcake. Mwah. I'll be the moistest cupcake you ever eat. And you signed the waiver already. You signed that waiver, so you can't complain. You signed your life away, buddy. I won't kill you. I'll just cut your mouth up a little bit. Like the Joker. Oh, and then you can be the Joker for Halloween. It's perfect. Your kids will love you after you slip them all those shrooms. Wow, it took me 40 minutes to start sparking this. Oh shit. That ruins my schedule. I need to plan this out better. For the Raw Jest Podcast number 2. Number 2. Oh, I didn't introduce this. This is the Raw Jest Podcast. Hey everybody, this is Raw Jest. This is the Raw Jest Podcast. Coming live from the train station parking lot. It's not live, I'm live, but it's a recording and I'll upload it later this week. I don't know. It's what day is it? I don't even know. It's Monday, June 10th. I wanted to upload this today, but I want to put like a background image and make a YouTube channel for it. So maybe this weekend. But yeah, I need to start introducing this little podcast. The Raw Jest Podcast. But yeah, that's mostly it for today. I don't want to take up too much time. We're about to hit the 40-minute mark. So I think we're running a little long. I had no outline for this. I just figured I'd throw on the mic and start talking for a bit. Because I just had so many thoughts on my mind about the weekend and the shrooms and stuff. And I was having fun rambling to all my friends about it. And I was like, I could see this going into a podcast, maybe. I don't know. Fuck it. Do it anyways. You won't figure out what'll work until you try it, right? But this is just fun. I literally just rolled up and started smoking. This was a good time. Definitely gonna try this again. But, yeah. I guess a couple last words. I listened to Denzel Curry's Ricky album today. That's pretty great. Listen to Denzel Curry. Listen to Billie Eilish. Listen to your mom. Unless she tells you not to do drugs, then don't listen. And listen to your heart. For sure. I guess that's it for today. I'm gonna go cruise this little bad boy. So I'm not super hot boy. And hopefully I'll check in with you next week. And I'll have a better plan for this shit. And I'll know what to say and it won't run too long. We'll figure that shit out. So. Yep, that's it for today. I'm not going to do this on Mondays. Whenever. No schedule. I'm going to figure it out. I want to aim for one a week. That's the goal. It's probably going to start out with a little less. Hopefully build up to a little more. And